Hello, my happy fruits. It is Sarah from the Kawaii Slutty Breakfast. Haven't been around in a while. There's a reason for that, and I wanted to make a video explaining. I kind of made reference to it on social media, but I'm honestly not sure if I did it on all social media. So here goes. And I would like to say, warning: this video will contain descriptions of dental work. So if you have a dental phobia, don't watch this video. You will not feel happy about it. So, it's okay if you don't want to deal with dentistry. Trust me, I did not want to deal with dentistry. Actually, my phobia is why I wanted to make this video. I woke up on a Friday and this part of my jaw, like up to here, just burned. And it was like at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I took like some knockoff Excedrin or something and waited for it to feel better. And it did not. It actually seemed to get worse. Anyway, so it hurt really bad. So I started, when Damon woke up, I started like checking for places before he woke up, and then he woke up, he like helped me double check because 2 eyes are better than one. So we found some places which are actually really close to where we live, like walking distance. There were 2 places, but the thing that we looked up online gave the wrong time for one of them, and the other one, unfortunately, the dentist wasn't there, so people were just coming in and like doing like basic cleanings and stuff. So like nobody could fit me in for an emergency extraction, which is really what it needed because half the tooth was cracked. It was really in bad shape. And the reason I did not go to a dentist when the tooth actually broke is because I have a terrible dental phobia. Now, a phobia is an irrational fear. Like, if you had like a terrifying dentist serial killer chasing you around and you are afraid of dentists as a result, that's not a phobia because that's a perfectly rational thing to be afraid of. As far as I know, I've never had like a bad experience with dentists to warrant like just this complete terror. So ended up going to this place called the Emergency Tooth Doctor, and it hurt really bad. So I was like wincing and I was terrified. Like, and they touched the gum with the mirror, and I nearly screamed because it hurt so bad, because it was like so inflamed from whatever was going on with it. I'm guessing they said it was pretty badly infected and like the nerve was exposed. But anyway, so the dentist came in and she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. And I'm like, no, it's fine. And I'm like laying back against the table, like they have the light shining on, which is really unpleasant, and they're looming over you, which is like, so I'm like clenching everything, thinking, just unclench everything, just unclench, and I could not. Like, my fingers were so tightly wrapped around the armrest that like when I removed my hand from the armrest, my hand was like this. It was really bad. So she's like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recommend that you get nitrous. That way you're knocked out. And I was like, okay, that sounds great. Unfortunately, our insurance will not pay for nitrous, which is a shame because that sounds awesome. Just you go to sleep, you wake up with a hole where there wasn't a hole. Cool beans. So I left, and I was like talking to Damon, and he was like, well, do you think you could go back? And I was like, I don't want to. And he's like, well, can you try? And I was like, fine, I'll try. So we did, but they were all booked up for the day, which, you know, not surprising. It was like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So Saturday was a bust. Yes, I'm sure your mother is proud. Saturday was a bust because Damon had to work. So we took a special trip on Sunday, and he held my hand through the entire procedure, which was a nightmare because, like I said, people looming over me and bright lights. They did give me glasses, like, so the light wasn't that bad, but honestly I closed my eyes through most of it just because I don't want to see that. It's actually making me feel really uncomfortable just talking about it now. I'm cool though. I'm cool and fruity, and so are you. So, I actually almost swallowed a chunk of my tooth too. That was weird. It was like I could feel it on my tongue, and it was like, oh. And like the dental assistant was like, "What? Are you okay?" I was like, "I almost swallowed my tooth." They got that. The really bad part is, like, I don't know. Let's see if I can do this without hurting myself. I can't see it, which actually might be a good thing. Ow, that hurt. Please, somebody remind me not to do that again, because that was uncomfortable. It's been 2 weeks about since the surgery was done, so, you know. So yeah, and so I went home, and oh, I forgot to tell you that before they did that, like after we realized that we can do it with the nitrous, they gave me anxiety meds. It took a long time to kick in. It was kind of scary because I was just like, okay, you take this one an hour before your surgery. It's like, okay, fine, just waiting. Still not feeling loopy. I really want to feel loopy, because if I'm not feeling loopy, what if the pain medications don't work and I feel it all? And that just gave me more anxiety. I ended up taking 2 doses. And, like, we're waiting around, and, like, the dentist was like, so how are you feeling? And I was like, same. She's like, yeah, I actually thought that you'd be more incoherent by now. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyway, so, they kicked in, like, majorly after the surgery. I got home and, like, I crashed until Monday, which Monday was fine. Until apparently, I was eating spaghetti, which is nice and soft, and apparently got it some stuck in the gum, and somehow that actually loosened the blood clot. Tuesday was a nightmare. I woke up Tuesday morning at, like, because I'd finally gotten to sleep. I'd gotten like a couple hours of sleep because they didn't give me like painkillers. They suggested like Tylenol and something like that, and it was like, okay, whatever. And so I took that, and I woke up on Tuesday like at 1 or 2 in the morning, and my mouth was full of blood. Like, I could taste it, and like I was like, oh, that tastes like blood. So I went there and I was like, and blood just poured out. It was so gross. So I rinsed it out and like waited for it to stop bleeding. I just sat on the toilet and kind of diddled on my phone for a while, and was like, okay, it stopped bleeding. So I tried to go to sleep again. And then, like, I woke up a couple, like, well, I don't wake up because I didn't there wasn't enough time for me to get to sleep, unfortunately. So, and it happened again. Like, I could feel it pulling in my mouth, and it was so nasty. So, like, not only that, like, just like the act of spitting, like, really made it hurt. And so, for that entire day, I legitimately experienced some of the worst pain in my entire life. Now, understand this, I am in no way like minimizing childbirth, because I know that some people have gone through absolute hell with that. But from my experience, this was worse than childbirth. It was constant, and it kept going through like the entire day, and I was basically alternately putting an ice pack on my face, but I was also freezing cold and nauseated, so I was trying to take a hot bath. So imagine somebody trying to keep themselves warm with an ice pack on their face. Yeah, I'm aware of how absurd that sounds, but I kept on puking, which didn't make this feel any better. And it was just a horrible, horrible experience. And I wanted to get it looked at, but I was literally feeling so sick that I could not imagine going out, taking the bus, transferring on the bus, going to the emergency tooth doctor, and just like having to deal with that, and then going back. I mean, one way would have been fine, probably, but it was like the 2 ways that I was like, no, I can't. That might kill me. Like, I was feeling that bad. Like, at that point, I very well may have thrown myself into oncoming traffic just to stop the pain. I may have. I don't know. But, so anyway, like, the most I did was I went to, my bestie friendies, Tom and Mary, and I was like, can I have gauze? And they gave me this gauze, only it was like this, woven stuff, which not great because I put it in the gaping wound and it made it bleed more. So I had some ginger ale, and then I puked, and then they were like, here, have a pain pill, and I was like, okay. And then I went home and I tried to sleep, and I could not. And so I had an appointment for the let's see, was this Tuesday? Yeah, it was Tuesday, because I was supposed to watch the season premiere of The 100 with a friend of mine online, and I couldn't because, like, I was just, it was a mess. So on Wednesday, I went and went with Liliana, which, poor thing, she did not have fun. But, yeah, so it turned out that the, blood clot had taken care of itself. So that was good. And what had happened is that, like, some food had gotten stuck in there, but not, like, before the blood clot, thankfully, because that would mean that they would have to, like, I don't even want to think about that. So, what they did is they cleaned it out. They took, mouthwash, and they squirted into my mouth, which was very, very unpleasant. Like, mouthwash should not be that painful. It really shouldn't be. But yeah, so, and they gave me a prescription for an antibiotic mouthwash, told me to keep up the antibiotics, and they gave me Percocet to help me sleep. And they were like, okay, you take this and you'll start feeling better in a few hours. And I was like, okay, you crazy person, I don't see how this is gonna help, but you're the professional and I'm not. And they were right. The wacky dentist people were right. So, I mean, that was cool. But, yeah, so for 2 weeks, been taking very strict care of my mouth. So yeah, that's what happened, and that's what happens when you don't take care of your teeth. So please take this as a lesson for me to you to please take care of your teeth, because it can lead to some really horrible situations. I gotta go ahead and film more videos, but I just want to let you guys know what has been up with me, and I hope you are having a cool and fruity day, and bye.